Alright, this example goes with page 5 of lecture 5.4, but you're going to notice that I modified this question a little bit so I could talk about a couple extra things in this example. So it's going to look a little different, so make sure you make those adjustments. So again, the first thing I like to do is write down my order of operations. And we are expanding, so we're going opposite our typical order because we're not simplifying, so we're going backwards through the order of operations. Now, before we start, we actually need to deal with this radical first. So I like to simplify this expression and take the radical out of it. Now, this is a root, and if you remember, I'll make a little root note over here. An nth root of something can be written as x raised to the 1 over n. So the square root of something is x to the 1/2. So the cube root of something is x to the 1/3, and etc. So over here we have log base a of 8a squared over b times c to the 5th, all raised to the 1/3. And again, before I start expanding, I want to simplify this. I'm actually going to distribute that 1/3 to everything. So I have log base a of 8 to the 1/3, a to the 2/3, over b to the 1/3, c to the 1/3. Oh, c to the 5/3. Okay? Now we can start going through our order of operations, and of course right away there is no addition or subtraction signs, but we do see division. So that's the first thing we need to break up, and we break it up with subtraction. So I have log base a of 8 to the 1/3 times a to the 2/3 minus log base a b to the 1/3 c to the 5/3. So we break that division up with subtraction, and then we see if there are any multiplications or any products. And in this example, which is different from the previous example, we see 2 products. So we need to break both of those up with addition. So log base a of 8 to the 1/3 plus log base a to the 2/3 minus, and here I'm actually going to insert a bracket because you know when we subtract we have to be careful about all the terms after that. Log base a b to the 1/3 plus log base a c to the 5/3, and then I'll close my bracket. And then next we see our exponents. So we are going to bring all of our exponents out to the front. Actually, in this case, and this is one of the reasons I put this in here, in this case we can actually reduce that because the cube root of 8 is 2. So we do want to simplify that there. So that would be 2. And everything else we can move to the front. Plus 2/3 log base a of a minus, with a bracket, 1/3 log base a b plus 5/3 log base A of C. And then in this case, this is different from the last one as well because we have a parentheses that we need to simplify. And I'm just making sure you can see that. My last line here. We're going to distribute this negative throughout that. And then we are going to simplify this here. And we're going to see this as well probably in the very last video you will watch. But log base A of A, remember the logarithm is asking us for an exponent. So the exponent to which you raise A to get A is just 1. So this value is actually just equal to 1. So we have log base A of 2 plus 2/3 times 1, which is just 2/3, minus 1/3 log base A of B, minus, you got to distribute that here, minus 5/3 log base A of C. And of course there's a couple things that you can check here at the end to make sure you're on the right track. And that's, of course, in the beginning we had 4 bases. We had 8, A, B, and C, so it makes sense that we have 4 terms here at the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And the other thing to check is that anything in the denominator should have a negative in front of it, and anything in the numerator should be positive. Okay, so that's another quick check to make sure you are on the right track. And we are going to look at one more example before you go try homeworks 5 through 12 for 5.4. So we've done 2 expansions, and we're going to do 1 condensing before you want to try your homework.